Hey everybody, it's Brad. Got a Floriani Total Control U video for you today. Um, I had a lady come in the store yesterday. Let's see, I wrote her name down. Kim Quinn. And her along with her friend were showing me this cool technique and asking whether it was possible to do it in any of the programs that we sell. So I figured out how to do it in Total Control U. Um, and it's really neat. Check it out. This is what we're going to learn how to do. These name snowflakes. Okay, so what this is it's a name, the name Meadow, of course, um, going this way, and then it's mirror imaged, and then it's put on a circle. And it doesn't matter what name you put in, you get an interesting looking snowflake. And they're unique, like snowflakes are purported to be, and you can still read the name. So you can actually look at this and see that it says Meadow, and it radiates around a circle, and the letters create this cool snowflake effect. So that's what we're going to learn how to do in this video. It is super, super easy and pretty cool. So let's start. The first thing you're going to need to do is go to your text tool up here in the upper left-hand corner of your screen. Choose the first option. When you click on the T, this little flyout menu comes out. You're going to hit the first one. It just says text. Left click on that, and then you're going to click somewhere in your design field. So just left click there, and it comes up with whatever the last font that you used was. Now, the key to making this look pretty is you want to have a font that's kind of like a script calligraphy type font that's got nice curly flourishes on the capital letters. Okay, so if we look in our preview here, we can see some of these. And if we just select one and then we use our arrow keys up and down on our keyboard, I'm hitting down on my keyboard arrow keys right now, it lets me go through these. So there's one that would probably work pretty well. You can just scroll through. There's another one. That one would probably look good. You just scroll through and find pretty fonts. Now, I am going to use, let's see, what was the name of that one that I really liked? Montcalm. Here we go. This one, Montcalm. I think this one looks the best out of all the ones that I've tried so far, but your mileage may vary. Try it with any of the script fonts and see how they look. But so pick the font that you're going to use. I'm going to use Montcalm because I like that one the best. And then under here where it has the text properties, we are going to change this from my text to you're gonna put in the name that you want to do. I'm going to do Meadow, so capital letter first and then lowercase for the rest, otherwise it doesn't look right. So Meadow with a capital letter M. We're going to leave all of this stuff alone. Everything else we're going to leave alone and just left click on apply. Okay, so we've got our name in. I'm going to go up and use the select tool to get rid of all these text options around this. See how I've got all these little handles? I don't need those. I'm going to left click on the select tool. There we go. And we've got just the name. Lovely. Now what we need to do is copy this and mirror image it. So there's a number of ways you can do this. If you use keyboard shortcuts, Control C is copy, Control V is paste, or we could right click on it and choose copy, right click on it again and choose paste. That gets me the two separate designs. They're right on top of each other. Now I need to mirror image it, and I want to mirror image it along the horizontal axis, which is going to be this tool right here, flip vertical. Left click on that, whoop, and now we can see that I've got one that's flipped around the other way, and we're going to drag this down and line up the bottoms so that they are right next to each other. Okay, now once you have that, and you can actually nudge this a little bit closer than this, and what you don't have to worry about is the placement left to right, because we're going to line these up perfectly using an alignment tool up here. But what you want to make sure is that the bottoms are touching. So we can zoom in a little bit and see, all right, they're pretty much as close as they can be without really overlapping. And then you see how this line here doesn't quite line up with this line here. That's what we're about to take care of. You're going to select both of these, either by left clicking and dragging a box around them like that, or you could hit Control A would also work. And then we're going to go up to our alignment tools, which is this icon here. Looks like a crosshair and a yellow box. So you're going to left click that and then choose the all the way far left option, which is going to line them up so that they are exactly aligned. Okay, so now we are ready to create our repeats. So what we need to do is again select both of these objects. drag a box around them like that, or hit Control A will also work. And then we're going to use the circle template up here. Okay, this is the icon for it. Looks like a bunch of balls on a circle. We're going to left click on that, and we can see the beginnings of what this is going to be. But the basic settings for this, and then you can tweak the settings to get it to how you want it. But the basic settings for this is you want to have your object count set to 8. You want to have under design properties, you need to set the angle down here to 180 and then hit apply. And you see that we create the design. Now, there are some things that you can change about this to make it bigger or smaller or have more or less overlap to make your snowflake look different. If we change this value here, the circle dimensions, so say we change the circle dimensions from 100 millimeters to 80, what that's going to cause is more overlap in this area here. So watch when I hit apply. Boom, we've got more overlap, and it's harder to read the names, but it makes a cooler looking snowflake. So depending on how crazy your font is that you choose for this, it may or may not look better. Anyway, so you can play with that value. Another value we can change is the scale right here, where this what this is going to do is change the size of the words. So if I do this and change that to 85%, the words are smaller, and then I'd be able to make a tighter circle and have the same looking snowflake that I would have with the words larger. They're values that you can play with. You get it to the way that you want it, and then when you like what this looks like, you just hit OK. And that's it. This thing's ready to sew out, and it's customized. It's unique. Each one is different. This is a really cool technique. So I'm glad that Kim showed it to me. So what else can we do with this? If you notice, this is fairly large. This particular font, you can only make fonts so small. So if I had a limited amount of space, like say I have a machine that only has a 4x4 sewing field, there's really no way I'd be able to use this font to make one of these snowflakes and sew it out in a small area. Maybe I'm sewing it on a kid's onesie or something. So something that I found works really well is, I'm just going to go ahead and select this whole design here and delete it, because I'm going to start over again. Something that works really well, I found, is there is a script font in here that is one of the little tiny fonts. Well, what was the name of it? Style. Okay, the name is Style 4 millimeters. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing. Start with capital letter M for Meadow, hit apply. All right, and see how tiny this is? Look at this. This is so small, and that will sew out legibly. But we're going to take this, we're going to copy it, right-click, copy, right-click, paste. Same deal. Drag this one down, mirror image it, line them up so that they are right next to each other. I'm going to do an align also. Select both of them, use my align tool, and align them to the left so that they line up perfectly. Select both of them again, circle template. Okay, we're going to set the count to 8. We're going to set the angle to 180, and here we have to change our circle dimensions to be much smaller because of how small these words are. We're going to set the circle dimensions to, say, 30 millimeters and hit apply. Look at that. So this, if we look down here, this shows us the output size. This would fit comfortably inside of a 4x4 hoop. So we can even change the circle dimensions to be a little bit bigger if we want. Let's see what it looks like at 40 millimeters. Okay, we kind of lose the snowflake, so somewhere between there. How about 35? Well, I think 30 was actually a pretty good choice, because that looks like a snowflake, and you can read the name. But you can control all of these settings. You can adjust the design scale here. Say you want to make it a little bit smaller. You want to increase the object count, you can, or you can decrease it if you want. If you think 8's too noisy, you want to do 6. You can totally do that. You just adjust these settings to what you think looks nice and hit OK. So here you'd be able to do this beautiful little name snowflake, even if all you had was a 4x4 sewing field, or if you want to put it in a small area, like on a baby's onesie or something like that. Like I said, so this is a cool technique. Thanks, Kim, for showing it to me. And see you guys in the next video.